Huddy Sports presents a live Huddy production. Keep up to date. huddysport.co.nz.
In the world of electrical and mechanical contracting, complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, Precision Engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro. Looking for the perfect place to park up? Welcome to Joe's Garage Wellington. Local legend based on Tory Street, where the coffee is always hot, the beer is ice cold, and the food is built to fuel your soul. From a world-class breakfast to kickstart your morning to legendary burgers and late-night entertainment with family and friends, Joe's Garage has got your back. It's honest food, great tunes, and even better company. Joe's Garage Wellington. Swing by, grab a seat, and make yourself at home, because everyone's welcome at Joe's. Joe's Garage Wellington, 56 Tory Street, Te Aro, Wellington. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning. From quick fixes to full renovations, he's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. The Huddy Hui, Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Higton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gnhigton.co.nz/pre-planning.
In the world of electrical and mechanical contracting, complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, precision engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning, from quick fixes to full renovations. He's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz, 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. Looking for the perfect place to park up? Welcome to Joe's Garage Wellington. Local legend based on Tory Street, where the coffee is always hot, the beer is ice cold, and the food is built to fuel your soul. From a world-class breakfast to kickstart your morning, to legendary burgers and late-night entertainment with family and friends, Joe's Garage has got your back. It's honest food, great tunes, and even better company. Joe's Garage Wellington. Swing by, grab a seat, and make yourself at home, because everyone's welcome at Joe's. Joe's Garage Wellington, 56 Tory Street, Te Aro, Wellington. The Huddy Hui, Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Higton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gnhigton.co.nz/pre-planning.
Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nz nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro.
Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to the Petone Rec, live here on Huddy Sports and also on radio today, the Etu Whānau Footy Show on Te Poko o Te Eke. It is the home side, Petone, taking on Marist St. Pat's in round 9 of the Swindale Shield, and today both teams are contesting for the Bill Levy Memorial Trophy. This was presented by the family of Bill for the competition between Petone and Marist St. Pat's, who was originally from Canterbury and was an All Black wing in 1925 and 1926. He played for Petone soon after his arrival in Wellington, and he was a Wellington representative in 1927-1929. And Bill's son Norm played for both Marist and St. Pat's clubs, and his grandson Martin played for Marist St. Pat's. So that's what both teams are contesting for today. And on the Etu Whanau Footy Show today on Huddy Sports Live, Murray Blanford as always. Murray, great to have you on board. Your thoughts about this game today?
After last week's win by MSP, convincing win over Parramatta Plimerton for their Old Timers Day, I think they're going to be a pretty tough nut to crack today, and Petone will have to be on their very, very best performance to beat them, take the game out.
Of course, Petone today. Let's have a look at their team. They're second on the table. Jermaine Pepe is the fullback. The wing on debut in 14 is Wesley Vitali and William Davis. The midfielders Lossie Filippo and Lester Monlolo. The first five is Jacob Waikari Jones. The halfback is Logan Henry, Kitiona Letufia at number 8. 7 is Bray Fingering. The captain Connor Tuival in 6. The locks are Sam Thompson and John O'Bailey. And the front row is Heath Tuival, Conley Alexander and Jordan Salui. For Marist St. Pat's, founded in 1971, Max Reynolds is the fullback, Navrin Campbell and Max Crawford are the wings. Cam Burgess at second five today, his debut for Marist St. Pat's. Finlay Hagan in 13, Dallas Natoli at 10, Bentley Faulkner at 9, James Zeno the number 8 and captain, Lucky Saponi in 7, Ben Gardner at 6. The locks are Philemani Rarasia and Nathaniel Carr. Corbin King is the front row, Kaz Nasali is the hooker, and Ioane Okastino is rounding up the team for Marist St. Pat's today. And here is the home side, Petone out on the paddock. We saw a very entertaining game before Murray between the two Premier Reserve teams, with Petone only running away with it in the last 10 minutes, but they had to play with only 14 men.
Yeah, 2 yellow cards went to Petone's left wing. One saved a try, but then was given a penalty try. The player of the game for Petone was Max Hosking when the scores were wrapped at 29-27. MSP chose to kick into the Petone 22, and from 10 metres out, Max Hosking probably beat, I'm saying, 7 MSP players and scored under the post at the other end, and that was the turning point, and they ended up winning 42-27.
So Marist St. Pat's are on the Petone wreck now, led out by their captain, James Zeno. They're coached by Brendan Reddy, and Brendan Reddy coached the St. Pat's Town First 15 years ago, and his captain that year was James Zeno. So both of them together again as the captain and coaching pair. Our referee today is Nathan Pinder in his 16th Premier game. He works at the Supreme Court during the week, and he actually hails from Canada, but grew up in Auckland. And it will be Petone kicking with the wind behind them in the first half. They'll be kicking down to the southern end, and Jacob Waikari Jones has the ball in hand, and referee Pinder blows his whistle, and we're underway, round 9. And it's Marist St. Pat's. They watch the ball go over the touchline. It'll be a line out for them about 6 metres inside the 22, the eastern side here at Petone Rec.
Not a great start by MSP letting that ball bounce. It probably bounced about a metre in from touch, but they've got an attacking opportunity potentially if they can steal the ball off MSP, only about 17 metres out.
So it's Kaz Nasali to throw this in. Last year played for Palmy Boys. Prior to that, 4 years at St. Pat's Town. Here's Conley Alexander. He went off early last week as we're into the 22 now. 10 away as Jordan Salui punches through. Logan Henry, he knocked it onto the back. And so Marist St. Pat's will have a scrum. 10 out from their own 22, about 20 in.
Yeah, someone got their foot in the way there, I think, as Logan bent down to pick it up, which was unfortunate. Good to have Conley Alexander back at hooker. Last week, though, the replacement, Caleb Saxon, had an outstanding game, one of Petone's best players, but unfortunately he's injured, not anything serious, and he should be back next week.
Of course, Bentley Faulkner, the halfback for Marist St. Pat's today. This is his 9th game. His father actually played for a long time for Pōneke. So he's made the move to...
Was that Brad Faulkner?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Here we go. Reynolds at acting first 5. He appeared on the Huddy Hui earlier this year. So 182, you can go back and look at that. Marist St. Pat's still 10 out from their own line as Augustino tries to get the ball out. It's been turned over, is it? No, it's still there in the hands of Zeno. Still 10 away from the line. 20 in from the eastern touchline. As Faulkner back to Dallas Natoli, who bangs this down into that stiff northerly breeze here at the Petone Rick. And it's going to be a line out. About 12 away from the 22 eastern side for the Villagers. 0-0 the score. 2 minutes gone here. Round 9 of the Swindale Shield on Huddy Sports and also on radio. E tu whanau footy show Tia Puka o Te Ika. Great to be working with Dave Piper and the crew today. Secured at the front here by Sam Thompson. And Conley Alexander straight into the heavy traffic. Logan Henry now, better security with the ball. Back out to Thompson. It's a stellar season as the big lock for the Villagers this year. Here's Filippo. Midfield with Malolo. Now it comes out to Vitali on debut, and he's been scragged to touch this time here by Nevrin Campbell. And it's going to be a line out. The grandstand touch line here is Petone Rec for Marist St. Pat's, 5 inside their 22. Very
good effort getting that ball out to Wesley early on. First game, he wants the ball in hand, so that was fantastic. Still on attack, Petone, though, and this wind is relatively strong, so hopefully they are able to take advantage of it while they've got it.
So Sali secured at the front here by Lucky Saponi. And there's a good run here by Faulkner. Running out of the 22, a fend off, but brought down well there by Tully. Oh, there's an awkward pass there before Marist St. Pat's. 4 players didn't want to pick it up. So Faulkner, they managed to keep it in control. Oh, that was just a bit like old Sonny Bill offload that time there, as now the foot has hit the line. And it's going to be a line out for Petone. 7 inside Marist St. Pat's territory, grandstand touchline. And Petone wanted to have the quick throw in that time, but it unfortunately had touched someone on the sideline, so the quick throw could not happen. Here's Alexander now.
Short line out for Petone.
I wonder if Conley Alexander will hop on the car over to Greytown. It's their 150th this weekend over there, Greytown Rugby Club. Midfield nearly taken there by Finley Hagan. It's been knocked on by Hagan, and it's going to be a scrum. Pretty much centre field here for Petone. 4 minutes gone. 0-0 is the score. Murray's just checking his TAB account.
No, I'm checking it. Just a text. It's all good. Not much to check on my account.
So, scrum now. Petone. Smack bang, pretty much near halfway. And it's Logan Henry feeding in today. Debuted against Wellington Exman in 2015. 123rd game today. They run it as a high pass. Back out to William Davis. William Davis does well. Manages to beat 2 tacklers. Brought down here by Max Crawford. And Henry back out to Tuival. And the captain with his iconic pink headgear is only 2 away from the 22. 5 in from the eastern touchline. Sir Louis straight into some heavy traffic. He's still going here. There's the big prop for Petone. And now they're in the 20. Logan Henry cracks through. He fends off Reynolds. Oh. Big pass out to Waikari Jones. He's 4 away from the try line. Southern end. Big pass out to Malolo. Into the corner, but it's been stretched too far. And that time there, Wesley Vitali could not hang on to that. But we're coming back for a penalty as Nathan Pinder has picked up Marist St. Pat's for offside.
It's on a day like today with that wind behind you, a long pass like that is not easy to control. And it's only going to drift away from the player it's intended for, and that's exactly what happened there. If it had just gone through the hands, it would have been successful for Petone.
So the line out on the 5x5 southern end of the Petone Rec. Alexander again. Strong season is the hooker for Petone, and that's not straight. A free kick against Petone. Contested there by Marist St. Pat, so they'll have the free kick 5 away from their own try line. 15 in. Grandstand touch line. And this will be kicked into touch here by Dallas Natoli.
Nice touch finder there.
Line out for them. About 12 away for Petone from the 22. Well, this wind is actually when we first arrived here this morning, Murray, it wasn't so strong, but it's
No, it's
picked up as the
beautiful.
afternoon's gone on.
Another long throw, very, very good throw, well taken.
So John O'Bailey in the middle of that one. He's been busy all week promoting City Fitness Petone that's opened up in a new building. He's quite the social media, what do they call them? I don't know.
Influencers.
Influencers, yes, that's right. So
I'm up with the play.
He's gone from a design degree to a social media influencer. Here we go. Henry.
Oh, geez, that was a bullet.
That was a bullet. And it's another penalty. Not rolling away is the call. Marist St. Pat's penalised. Pretty much right on the 22.
Petone need to take advantage of the play they've had so far, and if they're not getting points, it gets a bit more frustrating.
Now they're going to go for the scrum here. They're not electing to go for the shot at goal.
I think this is the first scrum, is it?
It's their second attacking scrum.
Second attacking.
Of course, Marist St. Pat's, they had a big win over Parramatta Plimerton last weekend. It certainly...
ruined our pools, didn't it, Brad?
It did, didn't it? Ruined our picking tips, that's for sure. So Archie Schrader's up in jersey 23 on the sideline, so we'll keep an eye on that for Petone. Could be an impending change, maybe.
Perfect part of the field to attack from. Midfield on the 22. 4 players to the left, 2 to the right.
Tuivao, he's actually at number 8 at the moment as Logan Henry tries to cut open. And he gets himself isolated, 5 inside the 22. 16 in from the grandstand touchline.
Oh, I thought that had been dropped forward.
Yeah, looked like it, but Bailey, the influencer, manages to keep it hands on. Letafia. Oh, beautiful play. Alexander. And crashing over is Jacob Waikari Jones as we have a look at the NME replay. And it was built up well here. And they're able to run in 10 metres. And Waikari Jones, easy as you like for the first 5 today.
Two very good offloads there, and players on support, and both players who came into that hit it at a ton of pace, and that's always hard to defend. Doesn't matter who you are.
Well, Jacob Waikari Jones, Wellington College old boy. He actually was down in Otago for the last few years studying a sports science degree. 2 years ago, he played for the West Coast in the Heartland Championship. And he's here at the Village this year. And he's certainly made that number 10 jersey his own this year. Started the season at fullback at round 1 against Tawa. As Logan Henry lines up the conversion attempt. This conversion is about 8 outside the 22, 15 in from the eastern touchline. As Henry bangs it safely as you like. And score now 7-0. 9.5 minutes gone here in the first half. Round 9 of the Swindale Shield.
Landed him with Peter Green taking that, who was on the 87 Petone tour to Britain and Ireland, and there was a collection of them. I'd say a dozen of them came to met at Spates last night, and partners, and they were over at the club rooms at 12, and they've come over here to support them. But some fantastic Petone names. 5 of the management and 5 of the players are now no longer with us, which is a bit of a shame.
Restart here by Marist St. Pat's. They kick it down. It's been knocked on by Sam Thompson, about 12 outside zone 22. Marist St. Pat's have the ball a metre inside from the grandstand touchline. This is on Huddy Sports and also the Etufānau Footy Show on Te Puko o Te Ika. 10 minutes gone, 7-0. Big tackle there by William Davison, supported by Filippo as Marist St. Pat's have knocked the ball on. Petone have the ball. Now they go out to the eastern touchline. Here's Brafe Ingram. Watch out, folks. He gets going. He's just gained 15 metres there, and he's 10 away from the 22. Alexander again. Strong start by the young hooker. There's Henry. Fires it back out centre field to Filippo. He kicks it through. Watch out, folks. It's into the 22. And it's been rolled into touch. And it's going to be a line out for Marist St. Pat's, 15 away from their own try line, the southern end.
Very good rugby there. And now Petone need to just put a bit of pressure on this throw, although the Marist St. Pat's throw after the first one's been much better. Very fluid style of rugby at the moment from the Petone side.
Has Nasali to throw this one in. Known for being a polite and hard-working hooker. Successful line out for Marist St. Pat's. Here's the captain, James Zeno. Over 100 games for the Scarlets. As it fires back through Faulkner. And wasn't quite charged down that time. He gets good distance.
Another very good kick.
And it's taken in from the touchline quickly. Here's Jermaine Pepe getting himself isolated. Has to get rid of the ball quickly. Here's Davis right on halfway. He's been wrapped up. Petone's forward still having to come back and support. Logan Henry was looking for the box kick. Gives it out to Salui right on the 15-metre mark on halfway. And Waikari Jones. High pass, but it's been ruled forward.
Probably a good call there.
So Marist St. Pat's will have a scrum. 6 inside from the grandstand touchline, right on halfway. 12 minutes gone, 7-0 the score here. Round 9 of the Swindale Shield. Battle between 2nd and 8th on the table. And of course, both these teams, we're getting into the later part of the first round and positions heading into the Jubilee Cup and Hardham Cup sections, all to play for, Murray.
Well, Petone's aim, obviously, they're second by 1 point from Tawa. Their aim is to potentially have a chance of winning the Swindale Shield. MSP, now that they are into 8th, will want to consolidate their position.
There's Faulkner. Good solid scrum here by Marist St. Pat's. The red machine in action. And then darting through here is Cam Burgess, his debut today. He's got himself isolated, has he? It's allowed to play on. And the penalty arm is out. So Marist St. Pat's lucky there. And referee Pinder blows his whistle. And the penalty will be for not a clear release. So Marist St. Pat's with a rare opportunity in this half to kick down towards Petone's 22.
Jordan Salui started strongly. It's not going to find touch.
It's an error by Marist St. Pat's, and Logan Henry deep in his 22 bangs it down towards Max Reynolds, the fullback, who's a metre outside his 22. Nearly slips over as he tries to get the afterburners going. He puts up the high kick into the air. Underneath it is Heath Tuival, and he passes back out to Brave Ingram, and Jermaine Pepe's been driven back here. Excellent work again by Cam Burgess. That's another one that played for West Coast. He played for them last year in the Heartland Championship, the Cam Burgess. And William Davis now.
He's an excitement machine.
He certainly is. His father, Kyle, was the coach of the St. Pat's Town First 15. They had a big win today over...
Silverstream.
Oh, Silverstream, sorry. Oh, jeez, got that one wrong. Silverstream. Oh, they had a big win today over RFQ, 57-0 for Silverstream. Line out for Petone. Metre past the 10-metre mark. Eastern touchline here on Huddy Sports YouTube, and also Etu Whanau Footy Show on Te Puko o Te Ika. And Lester Malolo centre field. Brought down by Burgess. It's growing into this game as Cam Burgess works as a CrossFit instructor during the week. Davis looks for the offload, and it's gone forward. And Marist St. Pat's electing to play. They kick it down. One bouncing over the touchline, and it'll be a Petone line out. 3 metres inside their own territory, eastern side of the Petone wreck.
Petone today have started similarly to 2 weeks ago when they played Oriental Rongotai here. Pretty relentless, but they haven't had the reward in the points department so far.
And a fast blockbuster start here by Petone, but the points, only the one try so far. 7-0 the score. 15 minutes gone here, round 9 of the Swindale Shield. Secured again by Connor Tuival in the line out as they look to try and put this drive on as the forwards get to their work. They're over halfway now. Eight inside from the eastern touchline. Henry with the box kick. And underneath it is Waikari Jones. He's done extremely well there with all those red shirts hanging around him. And Brave Ingram charging forward. Brought down by James Zeno.
3 in the way there.
And they're under penalty advantage as well. Jermaine Pepe back out to Wesley Vitali. He's wrestling forward towards the 22. Marist looking to drag him towards the touchline. Still playing under this penalty advantage. Tuival now back to Lossie Filippo. Centre field with Waikari Jones. Big space out here for Conley Alexander, and William Davis has the ball now as he looks to plug that corner. And he's going to be brought down on the 5x5 southern end of Petone wreck. 5 in from the eastern touchline. Here's Kitiona Letufia. 3 away from the southern try line as Petone hunt for their second. They're playing under penalty advantage again. Lossie Filippo into the heavy traffic. Out to Alexander, and Conley Alexander, he's just short of the chalk. Out to Salui, it's a loose ball.
Ooh.
And it's going to be a penalty as Petone through Salui have lost the ball. There's a few penalties now on the 22 against Marist St. Pat's.
There are. It's pretty desperate defence. You've got to be good to keep these boys in blue at the moment. And Petone sensibly, I think, going for the scrum on that last attack on the left-hand side. Connolly just need to draw their 7. Just passed earlier, which meant the 7 drifted and didn't give, unfortunately, William Davis Lenz any room.
And so the scrum here for the Villagers, 20 in from the eastern touchline, 5 away from Marist St. Pat's try line. It'll be Logan Henry now to feed this one in. Both front rows solid today as Henry feeds it. It's Tuivasa
left
back,
out,
but
simple
Henry's
left
going to
out.
go himself. Into the corner goes William Davis. And try number 2 for Petone. In the southern corner, eastern side, as we look at the in-Emery replay, it was a solid platform. Marist didn't quite have enough support there, and the pass from Pepe out to William Davis was a stunner, and he swan dived over into the corner to score the second try for the Villagers.
Good to see that move still works. I think Petone have scored 4 or 5 times this season from a simple lefto, and it's pretty risk-free.
It was sort of like your scoring back in the day, wasn't it, Murray?
Oh, yeah. So this kick potentially could take it out to 14-0. It's a difficult one, though, with that wind that's blowing, but certainly Logan's a very good kicker. Just mention there's 2 players in this game that were under-20 trialists. The Petone number 14, Wesley Faitali, who's debut today, and Corbin King, who's number 1 prop for MSP.
Conversion successful by Logan Henry on a difficult angle, and so 18 minutes gone here, round 9 of the Swindale Shield. The home side Petone are ahead 14 points to 0 over Marist St. Pat's. Murray's going to get us some score updates as best he can, as long as the Rugby Explorer and Tribe don't crash like they did last week. And Marist St. Pat's just taking their time coming back to halfway. Plenty for them to
Okay,
ponder.
so Huddle Boys Marist are 14-0 up against Jabil, so 2 converted tries. Norths are leading Upper Hutt 7-0. Wainui are leading Tawa 3-0, and Wellington are leading Avalon 3-0, and the others do not have a score next to their games.
Restart here by Marist St. Pat's. Petone bring it over the 10-metre mark inside their own territory. And now they pass it out to these electrifying backs. Out to William Davis. It's been ruled a forward pass again by referee Pinder. And so Marist St. Pat's are going to have a scrum 15 away from Petone's 22. So just pushing those passes again, Murray. It's the second time a forward pass has been called today.
Yeah, I think on a day like today, your wingers in particular need to be a bit deeper than normal, because if they start flat, then the pass gets aimed at them and it does go forward, then it will be called forward.
Corbin King in the front row for Marist St. Pat's today. It's his 4th game for the season. Wellington College old boy.
And Wellesley College.
That's right. So a good scrum here by Marist St. Pat's. Is out to the back through Natoli. Hagan tries to give it out, but he's been wrapped up by the ever-experienced Lossie Filippo.
Nearly got the turnover.
And Faulkner back out to James Zeno. And Zeno has been wrapped up. 10 away. There's looks like Finlay Hagan's down in back play. Looks like he's back on his feet now. He took a bit of a knock. The ball's come out in favour of Petone. And Henry decides to go for a run himself. They're 12 outside their own 22, Petone. There's Jordan Salui crashing forward for support of Heath Tuivasa. And Henry again goes for the box kick. High up in the air, 20 minutes gone. 14-0, Petone ahead of Marist St. Pat's. And has been knocked on here by Max Reynolds. No, it's actually Sam Thompson that's knocked it on. So Marist St. Pat's playing under advantage, and it's turned into a penalty. And it's been taken quickly here by Faulkner.
He's got no one with him.
And he could be isolated here. He's got the reinforcements arriving in time. The arm's out again against Petone.
I'm guessing because Logan was the tackler and didn't release.
And referee Pinder has picked up Logan Henry.
No.
Sternum tackle.
Sternum tackle. Well, that's not bad. It's the first sternum tackle this week. Last week in the Wellington Petone game, I think we probably had about 8 sternum tackle penalties awarded.
Been the bane of rugby people this season is the sternum tackles. As Marist St. Pat's through Cam Burgess are going to kick this into the 22.
Coming back well, replying well from 14-0 down.
And so they will have the line out. 12 metres inside Petone's 22 grandstand touchline. Northern end here at the Petone Rec. 21.5 minutes gone. 14-0 the score. Petone over Marist St. Pat's.
And the question is, how many points is that wind worth?
So here's Kaznat Sali. Goes to the back. It's an error at the back there by Marist St. Pat's, but somehow they've managed to keep possession. And the penalty is brought in favour of Marist St. Pat's, and it's that man, Braith Ingram. He's a menace over the top of the ball when he gets his first turnover of the afternoon. Oh, actually, I got the wrong one. It was John O'Bailey.
He's a menace everywhere, though, Braith.
Well, that kick by Curry Jones was as flat as a dead pigeon, but it somehow managed to avoid Marist St. Pat's.
Nearly a 50-metre one. 45-metre kick from the penalty, and Petone get the throw-in as well to boot. Connor Tuafo's line-out jumping today has been exemplary.
No, it's a good asset of his game, Connor.
Aim to him again. Look at that.
And it's at the back to Tuival again. Centre field now, Petone. Lossi Filippo. Back out to Lester Malolo. Jermaine Pepe gives... Look, Guy's going to take it himself. Gives it out to William Davis. And Davis is still going. He crashes into the 22. Still going here, Lester Malolo. This is great play for Petone. The midfield combining. Filippo, has he got it down?
I think he's over.
He's got it. He has. Lossi Filippo has got the third try for Petone.
I think Jermaine Pepe will be breathing a sigh of relief, because I think if he'd given it to given it to William, I think he would have been home and hosed. Very, very well constructed try. Incredibly slick passing in the back line.
Well, excellent try indeed. Pepe setting that one up, bringing it into the 22. But the play between Lester Malolo and Lossi Filippo has been fantastic so far in this game. So 19 points to 0, 23.5 minutes gone, as Logan Henry has a kick very similar to where he kicked it before. This one about a metre in from the eastern touch line.
A lot easier. That all came from that very, very good line-out take. Ball off the top. Beautiful.
And so Henry is a scoring machine, as Logan Henry. 543 career points for the Villagers, as his conversion is successful again. And it is 21 points to 0 now for Petone, ahead of Marist St. Pat's. 24 minutes gone here at Petone Rec.
Well, they've got to be careful, though, Petone, that not to sort of rest on their laurels, although it's seemingly convincing at the moment after 20 minutes. There's still 3/4 of the game to go, and 40 of those minutes are going to be played into this relatively strong northerly.
Ari Sports and Etu Whanau Footy Show on Te Puko Uti Ika radio stations around Wellington. 11:61 a.m. So make sure you tune in and listen to that as well. Here's the restarters. The Tuivao brothers both support each other. And Marist St. Pat's have managed to get the ball from the mistake from the restart. And so Faulkner now.
Yeah,
it's a knock-on advantage into the hands of Nathan Carr. The big lock for Marist St. Pat's. Oh, good offload there by
very nice little move.
Faulkner. And it nearly walked up well there for Navrin Campbell. Navrin Campbell, another Wellington College old boy. His father works in the Waikato and often watches him online. Here's Faulkner again. Back out to the right-hand side centre field now on the 10-metre mark, as Natoli gives it out to Cam Burgess. Here's another one that spent his time down at Otago University. He played for Dunedin Sharks for the last 3 years. And good offload here again to Hagan.
Another sternum tackle.
Yes, and the big wild offload that time by Hagan. Back out to Rarasia. And Marist St. Pat's right onto the 22. And as their captain, James Zeno, is a talisman. And he's hoping to crawl his team back into this match. Ioane Augustino. Straight into Letufia. 12 away from the northern try line. Sali. And it's unfortunately been knocked on, but there will be a penalty. Playing under penalty advantage. And referee Pinda. Out 5 outside the 22. Another sternum tackle.
Bentley Faulkner's been very impressive so far today. Sniping around the edges and that nice little in pass to the winger. I think this must be one of the smallest MSP sides I've seen for many a year.
Certainly is. Talking to Brendan Reddy, the coach, before the game, it is a very young side. And there are a lot of players over the last 2 years that have played first 15 rugby, either here in Wellington or in Auckland. Hasna Sali with the line out, 5 inside the 22 grandstand touchline. And secured as they put the ball down into quarantine and look to drive. And Petone managing to slow down this advancement. It comes out now for Sali. He's still going here. He's free away from the northern try line. And try has been awarded, and Marist St. Pat's are in as we look at the replay. And it is like a Saponi that has gone in and scored for the Scarlets. And that's their first points of the afternoon. And how important will that be for Marist St. Pat's, Murray?
Very important. The more points you can score into the win, particularly when your opposition is scoring points, is quite important in the long run. Sorry about the number of importances.
So Cam Burgess. Meter outside. Grandstand touchline. Just outside the 22 is this conversion attempt towards the northern end.
Not an easy kick with this wind.
Cam Burgess is a Wellington Axman Junior, deciding to play for Marist St. Pat's on his return from Otago. And this is his debut today. Can he get his first points for Marist St. Pat's? Unfortunately, it has drifted away to the far right of the post. The score remains 21 points to 5. 28 minutes gone here at the Tony Rick, and Murray's going to give us
Well, I was going to.
He was going to.
But they're not right, so...
We'll come back to Murray later for some score updates as probably the app's crashed again. So here's Jacob Waikari-Jones, the restart for Petone. Kicked that one, but whole foot over the line. Deep into the 22. And there's Natoli with the ball. And he runs it up. And they're about 12 away from the 22, southern end of the Petone Rick. Zeno high up into the tackle. Offloads it down to Faulkner, who's under pressure. Colin Tuivale's there. And
desperation.
And excellent work there by Rarasia to support the little halfback Faulkner. Burgess is back there in the in goal.
Not an easy place to get out of there.
Not when you've got a whole lot of blue
They're holding it up.
saddles holding around. That ball looks like it's been stripped, has it? No, it's still there for Marist St. Pat's. So 7 away. Faulkner goes for the kick into touch.
Very good one too.
And he's done well under extreme pressure there. His young Benley Faulkner made his debut round 1 against Northern United for Marist St. Pat's. Marist St. Pat's 8th on the table, and Petone will have the line out. About 15 away from the 10-metre mark. Eastern touchline. Conley Alexander with the ball.
Short line out.
Look for Thompson at the front. Ingram at acting halfback. Gives it out to Logan Henry. Henry out to Letufia.
Nice cut.
Letufia cutting through.
Oh.
Davis is going through into the 22. He's still going here. He gives it off to Conley Alexander. This is magical play here by the
That was very
Villagers.
unselfish there from William Davis Lenz. He could easily probably have scored, and if he hadn't, of course, we would have been not happy. But no, he laid it off beautifully, and Conley Alexander, like a good number 7 or number 2, was right there.
26 points to 5. 30 minutes gone here at Petone Rec. The conversion to come. And Conley Alexander crashing over for his 5th try for Petone.
MSP will be very disappointed after scoring that try into the wind, relinquishing, a try so soon. Huddle Boys Marist are ahead of Javel 19-0. Parramatta Plimerton are leading OBU 7-0. No score here in the Poniki Oris game. 10-0 North versus Upper Hutt. That won't suit my picks. Wainui leading Tawa 10-7. On their 80th Jubilee today. Congratulations. And the Wellington Prems are 15-0 up against Avalon, which is not a surprise. They certainly had some players coming back today, and Avalon have had a pretty miserable season.
It's been a tough one for the Wolves, but if Wainui can cause an upset against Tawa, that way things are going here at the moment. Petone.
That would help Petone, definitely.
So the conversion successful by Logan Henry, 100% with the boot, 28 points to 5. And we've got about 9 minutes to go in the first half here on Huddy Sports YouTube. and also the Etu Whānau Footy Show, Tia Puko o Te Ika. Dave Piper in the studio doing a stellar job, as always, bringing live radio coverage around the Wellington region. The restart here by Marist St. Pat's. It's down towards Sam Thompson. Marist St. Pat's managed to secure it on the 5x10 grandstand touchline, but it's been turned over here by Petone, and John O'Bailey secures it as Henry again fires, and Braith Ingram has to duck on the ground. A cross kick here by Jacob Kerry-Jones, looking for a 50-22 potentially. Ooh. And Reynolds watches the ball bounce on the 5x5 eastern touchline and potentially isolated here.
Don't think he let that ball go, but hey.
Oh, they've done well here, Marist St. Pat's. Somehow they've got out of that without being penalised. And they're 5 away from inside their own 22. Here's Corbin King. Latched up again by Sam Thompson. They have to release now, says referee Pinder. As the box kick comes again. It's a bit of a flat one there by Bentley Faulkner. And 15 in, right on halfway is Jermaine Pepe. He fires it back out to Jacob Waikari-Jones. Down towards Max Reynolds. Has had to do a lot of running at the back. And he needs a bit of a breather. He goes for the free kick and he bangs this into the grandstand touchline, right on top of the dugouts. And it'll be a line out for Petone, 15 inside Marist St. Pat's territory.
Well, Petone with another line out opportunity to secure and then attack and put MSP under further pressure. Nathan Pinder so far has been doing a fantastic job. Looks like he's communicating well and hasn't blown the whistle too much.
Now the game to flow. The line out. First one lost by Petone today as Marist St. Pat's have it. 12 away from halfway, 16 in from the grandstand touchline. And Bocasino looking to charge forward. Now 9 away from halfway. Round 9 action of the Swindale Shield. Faulkner putting up the high kick again. He's done well there, has Wesley Vitale. Look at it go! His foot, unfortunately, has hit the chalk. Oh, the sharing pace, he could have gone the whole way if he hadn't slightly hit it, but we'll come back for the penalty.
Hit it. Definitely did slightly hit it. The touchy did a good job there. AR, I should say, whatever the official name is for them. But going back for the, well, he was in the air when he took it, and the guy just didn't do anything serious, but did make contact, which you can't do.
Oh, great work there by the assistant referee, Bradley Faulkner. He's only a student at Onslow College. He did the women's game earlier today.
Jeepers. Nearly Bentley Faulkner's name.
Wow, that is an incredible kick again by Waikari-Jones. And it flirts with the corner flag on the southern end, but he keeps it in, and it's going to be a line out on the 5x5 grandstand touchline.
This is potentially, I'm not going to say nail in the coffin, but if Petone were to score and go out to 33 or 35-5, that would be a little bit harder to come back from.
So Alexander, line out throw for him. Goes to the front for Tuival. They put it into quarantine and they drive towards Braith Ingram's got it.
Number 4 was offside, but hey.
It's been turned over as well too. So Marist St. Pat's have done extremely well. They've run it towards centre field. 10 away from the 22. A bit of push and shove in the background there. As Filippo and Burgess say hello to each other. Natoli kicks it, still inside the field of play. Waikari-Jones passes it centre field to Jermaine Pepe. William Davis
gone down the
on
middle.
The 10-metre mark. Oh, he's just flowing freely. It's like the Marist St. Pat's got butter on their fingers as William Davis sails into the 22. There's Heath Tuival. Strike high up into the tackle. They're 12 away from the southern try line. Filippo again out to Lester Malolo.
Oh, very good clear out there.
Marist St. Pat's doing extremely well in defence, to trying to keep them out, but Letufia is a wrecking ball as he pressures forward. Here's Filippo. He nearly fends off Bentley Faulkner, sending him flying back. Here's Heath Tuival now.
Some big boys out in the middle if Petone wanted to exploit them.
And they dart again. Short of the chalk, Marist St. Pat's battle stations for them. There's Letufia, high up, he's too high. He won't be able to get that ball down. It hasn't gone over the line, so still here. That has been ruled held up though, referee Pinder has said. But there's a penalty. And yet again, it's in the 22 against Marist St. Pat's.
Letufia is very effective. The only thing I see is he does go into contact near goal lines, and in particular quite high. a couple of times last week in that instance there. To be blunt, it needed to go a little bit wider. There was space and speed.
So Petone from the penalty electing to go for the scrum. About 8 inside from the eastern touch line, 5 away from the southern try line here, with about 3.5 minutes to play, 28 points to 5. Petone ahead, live here on Hurry Sports YouTube and on radio, the Etu Whanau Footy Show, Tia Puko o Te Ika.
The scoreboard doesn't agree with you, Brad. Who's right, you or them?
Not sure.
Penalty advantage from that. Scrum's gone down.
It's come on the side of Corbin King as Lossie Filippo gets it from Waikari Jones, and he's been brought down 5 away from the southern try line. Here's Davis. Big pass out to
Try
Wesley
on debut.
Tyler. Try on debut. As we look at the replay, sponsored by NME for Huddy Sports. Here we go. That's a great pass.
Very good pass by Jermaine.
Jermaine Pepe doing extremely well. And Wesley Vitali on debut scores his first try. He's a product of Taita College.
Fantastic. Well, his dad's an ex-Petone and Huddle Boys Marist player, Brian. Very good back as well.
So,
and it was interesting there that William Davis came over to congratulate Wesley on his first try. It's been quite exciting to see the ball end up in William Davis lends his hand so often today. He's gone looking for it as well as being just on the end of the chain. So
Logan Henry's conversion. 15 away from the 22, right on the grandstand touchline. Unfortunately, that's the first one he's missed this afternoon as it's drifted to the left-hand side of the post. So the score remains 33 points to 5 with less than 2 minutes to go here in the first half of round 9 of the Swindale Shield for 2026.
Oh, the scoreboard's just gained 7 minutes in 1 minute.
Well, Evan Green is on trial today in the scoreboard for Petone, so we'll make sure we give him some grief in the clubhouse afterwards.
Definitely will. For those who are going back today, pulled pork wraps with coleslaw. Gathering of referees are going to be there as well.
So the restart by Marist St. Pat's. They kick it in just outside the 22. And Logan Henry fires it back out to Jermaine Pepe. Look at him go! 10 metres over the mark. Logan Henry, they're running freely here, Petone. That comes out to William Davis, who looks to go for that corner again. He's got try number 2. That's his beautiful play. Try from one end of the earth to the other.
Well, I was hoping Petone would win today, but I wasn't expecting this sort of result. They might have to declare at halftime.
So 38 points to 5. William Davis has 2 tries now. 8 tries for the season. But yet again, this back three for Petone, Pepe, Vitali and Davis have been electric and just carving up Marist St. Pat's in this first half.
And Logan Henry played a key part there with that first pass, but then he was backing up. There's a lot of high fives going on in the Petone team at the moment.
Well, this will be Logan Henry's kick that will close out the first half. And this one right on the eastern touchline at 20 away from the 22.
I'm not sure quite what you say if you're an MSP coach at the moment.
It's just they're shell-shocked, aren't they?
Yep.
Well, that is successful. It is 40 points to 5 here at the Petone Rick. The first half has come to an end, and Petone are on fire here today. There's a second half still to come. It'll be Marist St. Pat's with the win behind them with plenty to ponder. We'll be back in 5 minutes here on Huddy Sports YouTube and also on the Etu Whanau Footy Show on Tia Puko o Te Ika. Welcome back to the Petone Rec. It is half-time coming to an end here on Hardy Sports YouTube and also on the Etu Whanau Footy Show, Te Puko o Te Ika, 11:61 a.m. As Nathan Pinder gets the second half underway. Petone in total control of this fixture, 40 points to 5. But Marist St. Pat's this time have the win behind them. So let's see how much that win makes a difference. Here's Hev Tuival into the 22 as he crashes over the line. Logan Henry, 20 metres away from the eastern touchline, goes for the box kick. Unfortunately, that has not worked out to what I think he wanted. And it bounces back, and it's been knocked on, I think, by Marist St. Pat's. It has. And so we're going to have a scrum, 5 inside the 22, almost centre field here at the Petone Rec. And Murray, your thoughts on what we were talking about at halftime?
Well, you look at the scoreboard, and as I say, Petone have been dominant, but you can't take much away from MSP. It's not like they've fallen off tackles or not been trying. It's just been the slick passing and speed. I think it's just been the speed of Petone. I don't know what they can do in the second half to turn it around, really, although, as I say, they do have the wind.
It's going to be interesting how they use the wind in the second half. Marist St. Pat's, Brendan Reedy was definitely giving them a long message at half-time. So Henry feeds the scrum. It's a solid platform here for Petone. He passes out to his right-hand side, and Filippo picks this safely into touch, and Marist St. Pat's will have a line out on the eastern touchline, 11 metres inside Petone territory. It's like no changes to Petone at half-time. Marist St. Pat's look unchanged as well.
No, they've got 22 on, who's Len Baluzar. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yes, Leo
sorry.
Baluzat. He's from France. It's the third game for Marist St. Pat's. Also got an Italian on the bench as well, do Marist St. Pat's.
Fabio Minelli.
Yes, Minelli, he's also on the bench today. Petone stretching out wide with his backs. Malolo back out to Jermaine Pepe. He's 5 outside the grandstand touchline. Eastern side here at Petone Rec. William Davis straight into the heavy traffic of Cam Burgess. As Logan Henry back out to Letufia. A strong half by Letufia, the number 8. Played a few seasons for Wainui Yamata before coming over here to the village. Arms out, it's a sternum tackle. So they're playing under advantage here, Petone. And Logan Henry offloads it to Pepe, and he puts on the high speed as he passes out to Davis.
Beautiful hands.
Davis manages to get around the tackle of Burgess, who brings him down a metre short. It's a lofty pass over to Waikari Jones. He's ripped up by Captain Zeno for Marist St. Pat's. It's a lofty pass again, tidied up by Davis, who has to straighten. And Cam Burgess having to put in a lot of tackles here. Big Sam Thompson gives it out to Alexander, who's brought down 4 away from the northern try line. Henry. Oh, it's an awkward pass.
Well passed.
And here we go, Davis again. He could get a hat-trick here if he can crash through. And Davis has been brought down 8 away from the northern try line. Centre field here at the Petone Rec. Letufia crashes into his opposite number. Zeno with a strong tackle. Oh, it's messy pass there again by Hev Tuival. Has to tidy up as Henry clears away the traffic. Out to his right-hand side, Letufia. Marist St. Pat's desperate on defence here.
Oh.
Deep inside their own 22. Filippo came in like a rocket.
Very good defence by Marist St. Pat's.
So 40 points to 5. Opening stanza here of the second half, 3 minutes gone. It's 40 points to 5. Marist St. Pat's trailing Petone. They're playing under penalty advantage here. Petone, they're still inside the 22. And Thompson brought down about 12 away as Brafe Ingram, reaching an acting halfback, gives it back out to Alexander.
It's a line-up of blue out there.
There's a big build-up, and Jermaine Pepe, the man that got this move started, still building up, has Connor Tuival. He's been wrapped up by the new man, Baluzat. Another penalty advantage been playing here. Pepe wrapped up again.
Resolute defence, though, by Marist St. Pat's.
And Letufia, 6 away from the northern try line. 8 away from the eastern touchline. Taken quickly here from the penalty. Logan Henry darts, and Logan Henry scores the first try of the second half.
Yes, quick tap and sort of in the Cam Ferreira manner. Burrowed in low, probably had about four defenders with him, but he was low enough to score.
And of course, no Cam Ferreira today on the bench. So we've got Axel Dakin, who's on the bench. We might see him come on later on. He might be a bit bruised after that curtain raiser.
He had an outstanding game in the curtain raiser. Real talent. Colts player as well, but he's had a couple of appearances for the Premier side this year. So I would say Petone will make a few changes soon.
Yeah. Here's Logan Henry. His conversion attempt is 12 outside the eastern touchline, 5 outside the 22. As he lines up the kick into this stiff brief, and he's done well. He's only missed one today.
So we've got some updates. Huddle Boys Marist leading Johnsonville 26-14. Parramatta Plimerton are leading OBU 7-0. Poniki and Ories, there's no score, but I believe it was 24-0 to Ories, and then Poniki got back to 17 or 19. That was about half-time. Norths are still leading. Upper Hutt Rams 17-7. 13-12 Wainui over Tawa, and 15-10 Avalon have come back against Wellington.
I've got a score for you from that Poniki Ories game. It's 24-all.
24-all. Bondi will be happy.
And so from the restart, Petone have kicked this into touch, and Marist St. Pat's will have a line out. Yeah, 16 metres inside Petone's territory, eastern touchline. Successful line out for them as they are now centre field with Natoli. And he gives it out to Barluzat. And he's gaining good metres here. As that right up into the 22 now, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Carr with the offload back out to Zeno. Here's Max Reynolds. He's been a try-scoring machine this year, but none to his name today. Gives it out to Max Crawford, another one that spent time down in Otago. Coming back to the capital city, here's Cam Burgess. Ben Higgs is on in jersey 20 for Marist St. Pat's, another St. Pat's Town old boy. There's Nathaniel Carr. Looks for the offload. Gives it out. A good darting run here by Bentley Faulkner, but he's lost it. And so Vitali chips it over the top. And he's been taken late.
Changed his direction.
And so a penalty comes here for Petone, taken out by Marist St. Pat's player. And the penalty is about 15 away from halfway. 22 metres in from the grandstand touchline as Jacob Raikeri Jones kicks this into touch. And Murray, you better go get that ball because it's bounced in the fortified grandstand. As Murray goes for his run. And Petone will have the line out 4 metres inside their own territory, right in front of the grandstand touchline as Conley Alexander, product of Wairarapa College, throws this line out and it's taken by Connor Tuival. Henry back out to the backs. Here's Braith Ingram, crashing through his Braith Ingram. He's got Letafia and support if he needs. He could go all the way, he slips. And William Davis it's a race on. Can he get a hat-trick? William Davis has a hat-trick at the Petone wreck. And Petone have cracked 50, but this was set up here by Braith Ingram.
Outstanding, and fully deserved hat-trick too. He's been so busy today. Still a bit puffed after going after that ball on the stand.
Well, you did very well. You got back in time for the try, Murray. 52 points to 5 is the score. But Tony well and truly ahead in this match. 2 tries in the opening 8 minutes. Lossie Filippo looks like he's going to be replaced. So Petone starting to ring the changes. Tom Carter on in 22.
Tom Carter, from my opinion, was the player of the game last week in the Wellington Petone Premier Reserve game. Had another good game today too for the Premier Reserve, so good to see him getting another cap for the Premier side.
So Logan Henry, his conversion attempt is 6 outside the grandstand touchline, eastern side, 7 away from the 22. Just the 1 missed kick today.
And that was only by a whisker.
We try. Oh, this is a beautiful kick, is it? No, it's bounced off the post. So unfortunately, it's 2 missed kicks to his name. But the score remains 52 points to 5. 9.5 minutes gone in the second half.
We do have at Petone tonight blazer ceremonies for 3 of the Premier women's teams who are unbeaten so far. Today, Louise Tangatutu played her 50th and 100th Premier game, but 50th for Petone. And earlier, Mary Lee So and Sienna Ulu, they also earned their blazers, so that'll be given at the rugby club tonight, which should be a pretty memorable occasion.
A restart by Marist St. Pat's. They kick it into the 22. And Waikari Jones kicks this safely into touch. And Marist St. Pat's will have a line out on the eastern side. The Petone Rec 7 away from the 22. 52 points to 5. 10 minutes gone in the second half here on Huddy Sports YouTube and on radio. E te whānau footy show, Tia Puko o te Ika, 11:61 a.m. As the line out is secured here by Ben Hicks, and it's a bit messy. Connor Tuivau is right in the middle there. He's been a real menace today on defence and at line out time. James Eno crashes up, but he's been secured down by John O'Bailey and Conley Alexander. Centre field now, Burgess gives it out to Reynolds. And Reynolds, oh, this is kicked up well for him. Davis is under pressure. He grounds it into the try line, but will come back for a penalty. And
Sternum tackle, I think. Yep. Apart from the sternum tackles, the discipline from both sides has been pretty impressive today.
Yeah, it's been a great display of rugby so far and great discipline as well, making it easier for our referees. And, of course, referee numbers are very low in Wellington this season. There's even been a call last week that there was even going to possibly be games this year where premier games would not have assistant referees because they're so short. So if you're able to help out the Referees Association, go to the wrra.org.nz website or 0800 referee. You always need them involved in the game to make sure it can happen.
Well, it's helped today that there's probably 3 senior grades and a number of college grades that aren't playing. So being King's birthday weekend, looks like there could be about 4 replacements coming on for Petone in the next couple of minutes.
So Marist St. Pat's from that penalty have kicked it into touch, eastern touch line on the 5x5. Southern end of Petone Rec. As Nasali gives it straight out to Lucky Saponi. And they look to plug this corner again. They've scored their only try from a similar move. And they've just a metre short of the chalk now. Lucky Saponi goes again. Oh, he's just short of the chalk there, reaching in, looking to plug. Ben Higgs was heavily involved in there again. That's been held up, and the Villagers' defence holds out, and a goal line dropout for Petone. 52 points to 5, the score here, round 9 of the Swindale Shield. Petone in second place on the table.
Well, they've prided themselves on their defence this year, Petone, and if you look at their for and against record, I think they're the best in for and against. So
that's right, 300, or prior to this game, 321 points for, 106 against. Now, it's been impressive this season for the Villagers. At the goal line dropout, Marist St. Pat's run it up towards the 22. 15-metre mark eastern side. Ben Higgs.
Great tackle there.
Letu Fia involved in there again. And high pass by Natoli. And it's going to be another sternum tackle, much to Rafe Ingram's disbelief. As Nathaniel Carr passes it out, and it's out to Meinrad Fitzimanu, who has knocked this one on. And we'll come back for the penalty.
That was pretty clearly sternum.
So this is 5 metres away from the 22. Marist St. Pat's going for the quick tap, trying to catch them off guard. But Baluzat running quickly. Now they're back out to the left-hand side, sensing their second. Burgess has been bundled into touch, but this could be a card because referee Pinder has probably ruled Vitali came in late on Burgess, and we've just got a bit of push and shove going on here.
Well, potential try, and if that was the reason that it was a high tackle to stop the try, then that probably would be a... Now, that Frenchman, I wonder if it's a silent T at the end.
Yeah.
Balouza.
Well,
Balouze.
It's a yellow card for Petone. I think you just cursed them out there. Good discipline, Murray.
Well, except for the sternum tackles, and that's
right.
what it was. That's the downfall at the moment.
Looks like Wesley has gone to the bin. So next 10 minutes of this match, Petone will be down to 14. And Marist St. Pat's will look to try and plug the corner again on the 5x5 eastern side and southern end of the Petone Rec. 52 points to 5 here on Huddy Sports YouTube and also the E te whānau footy show on Tia Puko o te Ika. Live stream and radio joining together today. New hooker on. McNamara Daly has replaced Kaz Nasali. And the red machine gets going. And they crash over for their second, do they? It's been held up. Somehow that was held up. Tom Carter was under there. No, it's Tom Carter. I think that's getting the pats on the back. And one of the other Petone players, Jacob Waikari-Jones, just taking well to get off there as well. And a goal line dropout for the Villagers.
Okay, so a couple of scores here. 33-14, Huddle Boys Marist clearing out over Jabil. Parramatta Plimberton leading 7-0 against OBU. No Ori score. Norths are still leading. Upper Hutt Rams, if that's right. Oh, wait for the kick.
Tell you, it's 27-24. Ori's over.
Jeepers.
Porneke. Oh, it's another arm out as well. Another penalty advantage. This has got to be another... Oh, well, this could be a calamity. It's another yellow card. It's got to be Tom Carter that's gone. So Petone are down to 13. And could this be the late fight back for Marist St. Pat's, Murray? So 2 players in the space of a minute have been sent to the sin bin.
And 2 backs. Makes it hard. Now, the interesting result here, Norths are leading Upper Hutt 17-7, but Wainuia leading Tawa, according to this, 18-12. And believe it or not, Avalon are ahead of Wellington, Axman, 19-15.
Oh, wow. Jeez, well, there could be some upsets that could...
if these scores are right.
If they're right, we've known that this year to be wrong. Secured here by Marist St. Pat's, 5 away. They're driving quickly towards the try line, and they get the try. And that was vitally needed as we look at the replay.
That was a very, very well done move off the line out there. Great drive. And here come the reinforcements for Petone.
So 52 points to 10. We'll try and endeavour to find out who that try scorer was for Marist St. Pat's.
Oh, I did see them congratulating someone, but I lost who he was. May well have been number... Oh, no, I better not say. Got Rory Willett coming on, though. Kingston Hill coming on. Alapati Soke.
Yes, Alapati Soke. I think it's a 94th game today.
Jeepers creepers.
Yeah. Another one closing close to a century. Here's Cam Burgess's conversion attempt. It's 15 in from the eastern touch line. And he lines this one up and easy as you like for Burgess. So it's now 52 points to 12.
And I think Archie Schrader's gone on as well in jersey number 17.
Yeah, well, Schrader, he's been warming up the whole game.
Yeah,
He didn't even have a jacket on.
Kitiana Letafia can be very pleased with his effort today. He's having a rest, as is Braith Ingram.
So nearly midway through the second half, 52 points to 12. Reminder, folks, as Petone have 2 players in the bin, so let's see how Marist St. Pat's can use this to their advantage. And Petone just taking their time to get back to halfway as we have time off. And jersey 19 has come on, Chris Simoni for Marist St. Pat's. His 8th game of the season. He debuted for Marist St. Pat's back in 2023 against Oriental Rongotai. Rory Willett gets play back underway, and that's been kicked down towards Nathan Carr, who is 5 outside the eastern touchline, 10 out from the 22. Ben Higgs right into the heavy traffic, and Petone's defence will be tested. Archie Schrader straight into the action. And Marist St. Pat's, it's been lost, and Petone have it back. Alapati Soki back out to Conley Alexander. And Lester Malolo finds William Davis, who has a hat-trick to his name. There are 2 back short, so they have to release now Marist St. Pat's. 52 points to 12. 18 minutes gone here in the second half. And Willett back out to Thompson. And 5 away from the 22, 15 in from the eastern touchline. Henry back out to Schrader, wearing jersey 23 today, as he couldn't fit jersey 18. He's got too tall in the last few weeks. Here's Willett back out to Pepe, who kicks it through. And Faulkner under pressure. As well tackled that time, but it's been ruled a penalty.
Landed on the player who took it. MSP, you can't do that.
That time they were picked up. That was Kingston Hill that was penalised that time.
Probably should have got the ball given to him there because it was an overlap. Don't know how quite Petone get an overlap with 2 fewer players in the back line, but there definitely was one.
So line out for Marist St. Pat's on the 10-metre mark, eastern touch line. And some more substitutions happening here. And Ryan Emery's first game back since round 1. It's his 101st game. His 100th was against Tower, and just before half-time, Murray, he blew his calf.
Yeah.
And now he's back in action. He's got some tape still on that calf.
Played a couple of weeks in the Bees, and Connolly Alexander's another one who can be very, very pleased with the effort he's put in today. It's been outstanding.
Well, Marist have lost this line out of Petone. You've got it. Logan Henry pleading for a penalty, but to no avail. F2 gaining good metres here. He's 15 away from the 22.
Well past the advantage line.
Henry back out to Emery.
Straight in the action.
His brother Kurt is currently overseas kayaking, hoping to qualify for the Olympics again. Marist St. Pat's nearly got the ball, but they knocked it on, and so it'll be a scrum for the Villagers. This one about 12 metres inside Marist St. Pat's territory. Northern end of the Petone Rec, 52 points to 12. And we've got about 19 minutes to go here in this match. Round 9 of the Swindale Shield, the Bill Elvy Memorial Trophy on the line. And also, we have to pick a player of the day too, Murray. And there's a go get a $20 Joe's Garage voucher, and we'll probably talk about it later, but there's been some standouts already.
Certainly have. Certainly have.
So Logan Henry with the ball in hand. Axel Dakin looks like he's not too far away from coming on. This might be Henry's last act of the match as the front rows come together for the scrum. Fed in by Petone, and that's a good push there by Petone, gaining good metres, but they didn't get the penalty advantage. Here's Lester Malolo, a 10 away from the 22, northern end of Petone Rec, as Connor Tuival keeps charging forward. Good effort here by the captain. Here's his brother, Heath Tuival. And now 5 away from Marist St. Pat's 22 at the northern end. Big pass out again. Here, Kingston Hill, another Silverstream old boy in this Petone team today. Back out to his former teammate from last year, Heath Tuival. Meter outside the 22 now, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Beautiful conditions here today at the Petone Rec for some outstanding club footy. And Archie Schrader takes it into contact. And Marist St. Pat's defence is keeping the Villagers out for now, but how much can it hang on? Here's Fitzimanu with the tackle. And F. Tuival drags it towards the 22. They're getting ever closer, gaining metres. Here's John O'Bailey. He just keeps playing every minute. And he's a reliable force, is John O'Bailey, the social media influencer. Cut through by Rory Willett.
Good.
And Jermaine Pepe brought down by the 5 metre mark. Here's Ryan Emery, 3 metres away, and he's been penalised. He's been isolated. And it's, unfortunately, one of his teammates came through the side, and that's why Petone have been penalised, and Marist will have the penalty, 5 outside the northern try line.
If they had 15, they might have taken advantage of that, but it's a bit hard when you've only got 5 in the back line. It was no surprise to see a 1 and 2 cut from the scrum.
So Marist St. Pat's will have a line out 12 metres away from halfway. Grandstand western touchline here at the Petone Rec.
As Logan Henry leaves, he's had a fantastic game. He would have got a few off the boot.
He's been replaced by jersey 21, Axel Dakin. Silverstream old boy, previously played for Upper Hutt College before he moved to Silverstream last year. Scored a try and debut in round 3 against OBU. This is his 3rd game today.
I make it at least 4 of last year's Silverstream first 15 in the Petone team at the moment.
And pretty much you're right about that, Murray. There's a rugby factory, and picking out one of those is Kingston Hill, but he's run up against James Sino, who's brought him down in a solid tackle, 7 away from halfway. And Petone.
Oh, strong run there.
That's Connor Tuival again, the reliable captain. Here's John O'Bailey, fended down this time by Chris Simoni. And here's Alapati Soki. Became a New Zealand citizen in 2023, did Alapati.
A lovely, lovely man.
And Axel Dakin. Nice pass to Willett. And Lester Malolo offloads it back out to William Davis. He goes past the 10-metre mark. He slips out of the tackle of Ben Higgs. And Dakin now. Centre field on the 22. It's a high tackle penalty being played for. Corbin King guilty, as Murray just said.
Bit hard to get down when you're as tall as Corbin is.
He's quite tall for a prop, isn't he?
Very tall, very tall.
And so, penalty here.
Built like the proverbial.
Well, we might just stop here.
I did.
And
Oh,
so we
one back, so we're back to 14 players, Petone.
Well, considering just the one try in that period, they've actually done well. Petone not to concede any more points as Rory Willett bangs this into touch. Line out on the 20, just outside the 22. Grandstand touchline here at the Petone Rec. 52 points to 12. Just under 15 minutes to go. There's 2 balls on the field at the moment, so we'll just wait for the second to be removed.
See Archie's dad, Russell, down there, who played many games for the Petone Premier side, watching his son.
Successful line out, Sam Thompson does well and gives it off to Ryan Embry, and Ryan Embry shows that calf is back in action as he's inside the 22 now. Feeds it off to Connor Tuival. Axel Dakin looking for a quick ball. And Marist St. Pat's definitely going to have some sore bodies after this game. They've had to do a lot of tackling today. Here's Tuival. Still crashing forward there. 10 metres inside the 22 now. Back out to Connor Tuival again. He's been brought down by Corbin King and Ben Higgs. There's Sam Thompson now 10 metres away from the try line. And they're building nicely here. Schrader back out to Davis. Davis, he's got 3 tries to his name. Could it be 4? They have to release him now, do Marist St. Pat's. 6 metres away from the line. There's Alapati Soki wrestled. 4 away. They're playing under penalty advantage here, Petone. There's Marist St. Pat's looking to try and stop another Petone incursion inside their try line. Taken here by James Zeno, but they'll be with the penalty.
Wesley, I think, had to come in there. He's sort of hanging out 30 metres out just to get involved a bit more.
And referee Pinder has picked up Marist St. Pat's for the penalty. Offside is the call. And Tom Carter's back on the field now too, so Petone back to 15.
It's a proper game of rugby. So they're going for the scrum, which is actually very sensible. Now you've got your... Oh, Tom, after a long game with the Prem Reserves and then 10 minutes off, he's running a little bit gingerly. Don't blame him.
So scrum here for the Villagers. 6 away from the northern try line. 17 in from the grandstand touch line. Another try here will certainly be more icing on the cake for the Villagers. They've been in rampaging form this afternoon.
Lefto's on.
So, Axel Dakin feeds the scrum. And Marist St. Pat's is in, collapses, but is allowed to play on. Here's Willett. Back out to Lester Malolo. And he is brought down, falls short of the line. They're putting heavy pressure on this Marist St. Pat's defence. Here's another penalty. Oh, it's Dakin! Dakin has his second try for the Villagers. As we look at the replay sponsored by NME. It was set up well from that scrum. And Dakin saw a gap there as Nathaniel Carr was stretched. And so the score now is 57 points to 12 with the conversion to
come. This is unheard of, 57-12, Petone versus MSP. Unheard of.
Unheard of.
I don't know what the record is, score is, but this would be close to it, I'm guessing.
We'll definitely see if we can find out on the record books when we go to the clubhouse later today.
And it hasn't been a terrible MSP performance. It's just been a superlative one by the Petone team.
Yeah, you're right about that. It just they just been, particularly that first half, they're shell-shocked, weren't they?
Yep.
Rory Willett's conversion is successful, so 59 points to 12 is the score. And let's see some scores from around the grounds.
So Huddle Boys Marist are well in front now of Javel, 40-14. Parramatta Plymouton are leading OBU, pulled out to 17-0. Don't know the Ori's Poniki score, 17 all between Upper Hutt and North, so Upper Hutt have made a bit of a resurgence. Wainui, they could be doing their best mates Petone a favour, 23-19 against Tawa. Wellington are now in front of Avalon, 20-19.
And I've got a score for you in the Pōneke Oris game. It is Pōneke ahead 29-27.
Oof, that would be a huge upset.
It certainly would be, considering the way Pōneke's season has gone.
That would be is that the Jimmy Gerbich?
Yes, it is, yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the state of origin of the eastern suburbs. A bit like the McBain here in Lower Hutt, which is on in 2 weeks, folks, the McBain Shield.
Golf day the day before at Shandon.
Always a great build-up to that week as well. Marist St. Pat's with a line out, 12 metres inside Petone territory. Now stretching it wide. Hagan out to Burgess, and Burgess slips as Malolo brings him down, but we're coming back for a penalty as Petone have been penalised by referee Pindit. And Max Reynolds is running quickly as he can. And it looks like it's a line-out infringement right on the 15-metre mark, and so Marist St. Pat's will have an opportunity to plug the corner through the boot of Cam Burgess. At 9 minutes to go, 59 points to 12 here at the Petone Rec, round 9 of the Swindale Shield. Petone will hopefully very soon, Murray, also have the services of someone that made his debut for the Highlanders last week.
Yes, potentially next week, but we'll see.
If you don't know, folks, is Stanley Solomon.
Where would he play, though?
Wow.
There's a bit of competition.
There's a lot of competition in this Petone team, that's for sure. So, here's McNamara Taylor. They'll throw this one into the line-out. It's been secured by Ben Higgs as they put on the drive. Petone have done well to suffocate the drive, but they've still got it, though, Marist St. Pat's, as they're still going. With the arms out, it's another penalty advantage against Petone. And so, pressure now. 12 away from the southern try line as Nathan Carr presses through as referee Pindit puts the into proceedings, and it's a side entry against Petone.
I think it was Ryan Emery came in the side there. Can't swear by it.
No, 59-12, and it's a line out for Marist St. Pat's on the 5x5 eastern touchline. Southern end here at the Petone Rec as the sun starts to disappear behind the grandstand as the shadows start to paint their dark picture across the field. Line out successful as they drive forward. Corbin King has it at the back, the big tall prop for Marist St. Pat's. They now go to the backs. Oh, nearly taken that time by Malolo. And it's been a ruled knock-on, allowed to play on. There goes Navrin Campbell. Kept quiet today has been Navrin Campbell. Marist St. Pat's 12 away from the try line. Corbin King wrapped up by Ryan Emery. He knows one thing, folks, and that is to tackle. Look out to Higgs again. Malolo looks to hold him up. They have to release him now. They're 10 away from the southern try line. The hands of Chris Simoni. And Simoni has been wrapped up well by Hef Tuival. And it's another penalty. And tapped quickly by Bentley Faulkner. And Faulkner senses a gap, and he's 2 metres short of the line. It's another penalty advantage. And so Petone could be penalised again here, and another yellow card if Marist St. Pat's don't score.
Great tackle by Rory Willett.
It was an excellent
He
tackle.
read that very well.
Now, still 2 metres short of the line. Marist St. Pat's searching for their third try. They're 15 in from the grandstand touchline, and Alapati Soki drives back Nathan Carr. Now they stretch it out right. Here's Max Reynolds. And Reynolds slips as Axel Dakin gets over the top of him. And unfortunately, we'll come back for the original penalty. Dakin had the rights to the ball, but they were playing under penalty advantage. And now it looks like there's another yellow card. And that's the third for Petone today. And we're just trying to fit. It's the captain. Colin Tuival has been sent to the sin bin. So Petone will finish the game with 14 men. There's 6 minutes to go. 59 points to 12. And Marist St. Pat's are going to put down a scrum here.
Eve Green's on 67 minutes and you're on 74.
Hopefully he's not drinking on the job, Mary.
there's got to be some excuse.
It will be, that's for sure.
So MSP have got the numbers advantage again. Still, I'm incredulous about that scoreline, 59-12
Oh,
for Tony MSP.
Well, the battles over the years between these two have been super close over the years.
I do remember a trouncing, but it was when Petone, first year of Super Rugby, and Petone didn't make the Jubilee Cup, and MSP's top team made the Hardham Cup, and I think on number 2, Petone beat them by about 80-0.
Oh, wow.
But that was MSP's second side,
Yeah.
so doesn't really count.
So here we are, the scrum. Centre field, 5 away. And that's another penalty. It's scrum time. And it's been taken quickly here by Marist St. Pat's. And Bing Higgs looks like he can try and score. It's near the padding. And Corbin King lunges. Has he got it? He has. And Marist St. Pat's have their third try. Excellent work by, that's actually the captain, James Zeno, that has got it. So Captain James Zeno comes up trumps. 59 points to 17, and James Zeno with the try. He was used to play water polo at St. Pat's Town. That used to help him for the rugby season. He was a goalie as well. Made New Zealand under 15s.
Number 8, Graham Duffy was a great water polo player, and number 8 for Petone.
That's right.
Gerard Wilkinson, MSP, very good water polo player. Lock.
He's probably watching this from Australia, is Gerard Wilkinson. So here's Cam Burgess. And it's a successful conversion. So 59 points to 19 is the score. I've just seen that scoreboard clock's gone back to 69 minutes now. Don't know what's going over there today. So we've got about 3.5 minutes to go here on our scoreboard clock here at the ground. And it's been an absolute beauty of a game. If you're a Petone fan today, 59 points to 19. Live on Huddy Sports YouTube and also on radio, Tia Puko Uta Ika, the Etu Whanau Footy Show, as Rory Willett gets played back underway down into the 22. Max Reynolds passes it back to Natoli. And Natoli runs into the heavy traffic of Ryan Emery. And he's stolen it too as well. So excellent work here by Ryan Emery. And he runs a good 10 metres and he's about 8 away from the try line. Heath Tuival crashing up. As Marist St. Pat's having to put into defence, and it's a double blast of the whistle, and oh, this does not look good. Heath Tuival is holding his knee, and that was an immediate blast off the whistle.
I was about to compliment Heath on his performance this afternoon, and particularly that charge that he made then.
Well, he picked up a bit of a niggle in the round 2 match against Upper Hutt with a similar injury.
He'd be a big loss if he was out for a week or two.
Certainly would be.
The scrum we had in that very first game against Tawa, which Heath was part of, was just blew Tawa forward pack off the ground.
Oh, especially that very experienced Tower pack. It was that one scrum where he absolutely demolished. I think it was Rob Carr. So he is coming back onto his feet, which is good news for.
Looks like a calf, but I'm not an expert. He's getting some of the magic cold spray or ice spray.
Yeah, no, he's definitely been replaced as he's either it's a pulled calf or he's got some very nasty form of cramp.
So Jordan Salui is going to come back for some more.
Well, and we're going to have the scrum here for Petone, and as you mentioned, Jordan Salui will be coming back on for the Villagers. We've got about 2 minutes to play here.
Well, Avalon have taken the lead over the X-Men, 22-20, which would be a pretty impressive win if they came through. Tawa have taken the lead, 26-23 over Wainui. That's a nuisance.
Come on, Wainui.
Upper Hutt, 27-22 ahead of Norths. I think Stephen Garden-Bash, not Stephen.
Connor.
Definitely not Connor.
Oh, no, sorry, no. Jackson, sorry.
Jackson,
yes,
Garden-Bash
Jackson,
playing
My
made
apologies.
a big difference.
Yeah.
And 22-5, Parramatta Plymouth over OBU, and Huddle Boys Marist 45-14.
34-27, Korneki over Oriental Rongotai.
Oh, here goes my double points round going down in flames.
Oh, big scrum here by Marist St. Pat's. They destroy Petone, and they get the penalty as well. So, Marist St. Pat's not going down fighting. They're putting in a lot of effort, particularly into that last scrum. We've got a minute to play as Bentley Faulkner passes it off to Cam Burgess, who will look to kick this into touch. And this will be a line out for Marist St. Pat's, 10 outside from their own 22. Eastern touchline.
Not a lot of distance gained or anything gained from that, really.
No, not at all. There's McNamara at Taeli. Looks for the options. Only about 4 in that line out for both teams. It's messy, but they get it back to Marist St. Pat's.
Oh, it's another high one.
Oh, that's a high one by Lester Malolo. And the penalty advantage playing as Zeno gives it back out to Faulkner. And Carr loses possession, but will come back for the penalty.
Well, Petone, you've got to learn, though, too, if the referees are going to penalise like this, you've just got to go lower.
So another high tackle. This penalty has been awarded. 5 inside the 22 northern end of the Petone Rec, and Burgess will be looking to try and gain some more distance off his boot, unlike his last kick.
It's a better one.
Good distance that time, and it's found touch. There'll be a line out 4 metres inside Petone territory, grandstand touch line.
I'd say it'll be the last player of the game, although I see the scoreboard's gone back to 74. It's up and down like a yo-yo.
Well, they've gone for the quick option. But Simone was at the front, and they're trying to catch Petone napping. Here's Zeno, the hard-working captain. Been up there today for one of Marist St. Pat's best. And now they're flirting down the touchline. Here goes Hagan. Hagan could go all the way here.
Great tackle by Rory Willett.
Willett has done well, and the arm's out, but it's for a knock-on. Here's that cross kick. Dakin. Someone double his size, and that's Rarasia. And Marist St. Pat's, they sense an opportunity out wide. Burgess has it. He's been wrapped up, 5 away. 5 in from the grandstand touchline, southern end. Zeno into the action. Marist St. Pat's putting the pressure on the Villagers here at the closing end of this match. And Natoli wrapped up by Sam Thompson. It's another high tackle. Need something addressed at training next week for Petone. Faulkner fires it out to Higgs. And he's brought down a metre short of the line. And here's the penalty. And referee pinned it. Doesn't look like he's going to his pocket. He's just going to keep it as a penalty. That one for a high tackle. And they take it quickly here. It's a Manu. Petone quick to stop him. And now still going. Metre short of the line. The padding's close there. Faulkner. Now they go out to the backs. It's a messy pass. Reynolds. Kept quiet today. Back out to the Toley. And look at that. Rory Willett has put in a good tackle.
And a good counter-ruck.
And he's pushed Marist St. Pat's back. Now 15 away from the southern try line now. And Faulkner goes for a dart himself. Back out to Reynolds. Reynolds has done well. They're 7 away from the line now. Now they go out to this short side. And Lucky Saponi has been wrapped up, and it's messy here for Marist St. Pat's. Has been pushed back over the 22. Now out to Nathan Carr. And here they go, Navrin Campbell.
Great tackle, Sam Thompson.
Done well. There's Sam Thompson. And Campbell was denied his second try of the season. And Marist St. Pat's 4 away now on the 15-metre mark as Faulkner throws it away to Burgess, and Petone having put in the tackles. Are they over the top of the ball? They are! Lester Malolo gets the penalty, and that will certainly seal a victory in stellar style today as Thompson does the honours of the tap and kicking it out.
And it leaves MSP without a bonus point.
And it's full-time here at the Petone Rec, and Petone are your victors today. 59 points to 19 over Marist St. Pat's. Petone in that first half were dynamic, Murray. You got to hand it to Marist St. Pat's. They didn't give up.
No, they didn't give up. They just didn't have the finesse, the ability really to beat that Petone side. They had a very good line out, I thought. The halfback played well, but Petone's effort today was incredible, really.
All right, Murray, we've got a job to pick very soon, which is the player of the match. But it has been Huddy Sports today. Many thanks to Murray Blanford on the commentary, as always. And back to you, Dave, in the studio. William Davis is our player of the day today, the hat-trick man. Well done. There's your $20 voucher for Joe's Garage. Talk about that game, particularly the first half. It was team was running freely, and you sort of had Marist St. Pat shell-shocked.
Yeah, it was just a good day for footy. Sun's out, blue skies, just perfect weather for it. So we just moved the ball pretty well, and all the boys were hissing for it. So it was a good win.
9 tries this season. You've really made the wing position your own. In your first year out of school as well, product of St. Pat's Silverstream, you could have been back at school again. You're like a young year 13, is that correct?
Yeah, that's still 08, so 18 this year, so yeah.
And how have you found that Petone this year? It's your junior club, but how have you found being part of the Premier setup?
Nice, enjoyed today. All the boys have been really welcoming. Just made it really easier for me to just express myself, be confident in my game, and if I make a mistake, they always pick me up. So, I love these boys.
Well done today, Will, and we'll see you over at the clubhouse later, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Mechanical contracting complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, precision engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning. From quick fixes to full renovations, he's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. The Huddy Hui, Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Hickton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings, and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gnhickton.co.nz/pre-planning.